Welcome to Remade Academy. Today I'll be showing you how to turn any Google Earth image into a cinematic drone shot using Flux Kontext and Veo3. Just before we begin, this is the canvas template that I've made for this cinematic drone shots concept, and I'll explain a bit later why it's the easiest way to get started. The link to this canvas is in the video description. Step 1. Getting Google Earth images. Okay, so from the Google Earth homepage, we will go to the top right and we'll click Explore Earth. Now, I'll use the Colosseum in Rome as an example, so all we have to do is search that up, and I've already searched it, so it's in my recents. And it's going to take us there and have a 3D rendered satellite view of it automatically. Okay, we'll close this. We can click this to close the toolbar. And then if we click down here, we need to make sure that it's clean. Otherwise, if it's exploration, you see that we have these labels that come up, which we don't want in the actual drone shot. So make sure it's clean and satellite. Now, all we have to do is get a shot that we like. So you can change the angle, you can change the scale. And then if I use Windows Shift S, I can take a screenshot and then send it over to the remade canvas. Step 2, enhance with Flux Kontext. Now, from the remade homepage, we'll click this button to create a new canvas. And then we'll call this canvas something like cinematic drone shots. And I have the screenshot copied, so I'll just Control V this. And I took a few more screenshots, and this is the one that I thought was the best. So now we just have to make this look a lot nicer. Okay, so to do that, the first thing we'll do is click on the image, and then in this item toolbar up here, click on Reference, and then Add as Reference. You can see that this image has been added as a reference in our generation toolbar, and Flux Kontext has been chosen as the model. Now, before we enter the prompt, click on this Effect button down here. And then from these Flux Kontext effects, we'll choose Real Earth Context. So click on this and then press this button here to select the effect. Okay, and then we can see that the effect has been selected, and I'll paste the prompt in now. So I've said cinematic aerial shot of the Colosseum under dusty skies, golden lighting within arches, ancient stone textures, romantic ruin mood, warm analog film stock. So you can see that the prompt is not very descriptive. It doesn't actually have to be very descriptive, as long as you roughly convey the style you want to see. So this here controls the number of variations to generate, and I'm going to leave it at 4, just to increase the chances that we get a great one. And then we'll click this button to generate. Okay, so here are the results. You can see that it's kept the viewing angle and distance roughly the same as the first one, with the exception of this one, which is why we generated 4 images. And the style we described has been applied very nicely. So now we move on to step 3. Step 3, getting the final image. Now at this point, if you're not happy with these images and you want to make some slight changes, you can actually just edit them like this. So let's choose this one, for example. If we click Edit, and then we just describe the edit we want here. So this is just using the base Flux Kontext with no effect. So we can say something like clear daytime sky. And then we'll click this button to start the edit. So after a few seconds, we get this result. You can see that it's just taken this image and it's turned it into a daytime scene. So for any image you generate, you can edit with words like we've just done. Now, that was just an example to show how you can edit images. I think I like the other 3 a bit more than this one though, because it also preserves this initial view. So to get our final image from these 3, firstly, just pick your favorite one. So for me, it's probably going to be this one, and I can actually click this and then press this to favorite. And now to get our final image, we can actually click this. If we edit, we can upscale this image. So we'll choose a 2x upscaling factor, and then we can leave the advanced settings as default, and then we'll click this and it will make our image higher resolution. So here's the result of the upscale. Now to show you what this has done, if I really zoom into this, you can see that the resolution is quite blurry and there's some very weird textures here. Whereas if we go to this one, you can see that it's a much more smoothed out version. So we can just favorite this and then move on to step 4. Step 4, generating video. Now, all that's left is to turn this, our final image, into an actual video. So to do that, if we click Reference and then Use as Start Frame, you can see that it appears as a start frame in the toolbar. And then we can change the model to Veo3. Now I'm using Veo3 because I want audio to be in this video, but if you're planning to add audio afterwards, then you should use Kling Point 1 because it's half the price of Veo3. For now, I'll go for Veo3 and I'll use this prompt. So I'll say the drone arcs low and slow across the open arena, then rises to reveal the full circular form with the city around it. Audio is whispered wind and ambience. So I'll just click this to generate. So here's the final result. Now I'll click this and I'll press this information icon and we can watch the video in full. So let's have audio on and let's play. Okay, great. This is exactly what I wanted. And now I'll show you through some other examples. The cinematic drone shot canvas template. So here's the canvas template. Now what I did here is I did the exact same thing that we just did for the Colosseum for lots of different places. So for example, this one I went on Google Earth and I took a screenshot of Oracle Park in San Francisco. And then I used this prompt here with Flux Kontext to generate these stylized shots. I then picked my favorite. So I picked this one as my favorite and I used this to generate these videos using this prompt. So for all of these, the flow is exactly the same. So this is like a mountainous region in Austria. Get the Google Earth screenshot, use this prompt with Flux Kontext and the real earth effect, get the images, choose your favorite one, and then use Veo3 with start frame and then this prompt here to get this video. And I've done this for a lot of different things. So Empire State Building, the Tokyo Skytree, the Pantheon in Rome, and many, many more. And you can actually check out, we have the Colosseum down here as well. You can actually check out this compilation video I made where I added some music. So you can see the beginning. So you can check this out. And another thing is that this entire tutorial will actually be on the canvas itself once I finished. The major benefit of the template is that you can now see for every step of the process, the asset that was used and the prompt, and then the actual result as well. So when you come to bring your own screenshots here, you can take a lot of inspiration from what I've already done. That's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave any questions in the comments and check the description for the important links. For now, I'll see you in the next one.